Every pocket money I used to get just go to the record shop. You know, I used to go there to buy tickets for the dance on the weekend and whatever, and spend longer than you needed to spend in a record shop. You know what I mean? Listening to records that you're never gonna buy. You know, just listening to new music. It was a place to find out about new music. You know, a great sense of community in there. Everyone used to do the same. We're young, we're into the same things, and yeah, Deal Real is just important for those reasons.
Look, something like my high school days, way back when I hadn't even found music yet, but dude was blessed with work. I can bill him for the payday. West End, Deal Real, chilling with KA. A man had just hit the road with a tape. Man, I couldn't tell you who the features are, but dude's rap sounded like he about to reach the stars, and that was way before I knew about beats and bars. Ironic, I must have been about, hell, I don't know. One thing's for sure though, I was on the roads lows trying to get my dough grown up, all legitimate. Way back then though, I was on some different ish. Stepping to the po-po, repping for my postcode, rolling with some brothers in love with the cocoa. But I was never a gangster. Deal Real helped a brother changing my plans up for real.
It was important for me to be a part of the project because it's like, it shows just the, I guess, the love and from the journey where you've come from. Just to come back to Deal Real, just flashbacks, and I thought it's something I was never saying no to, man. It just sounded like, I like when it feels like you're somewhere where the vibe is just all pure and you don't feel like nobody's faking, like I keep saying. It's like some people might think, oh, what? Reaching out to certain people and I'll be like, nah, I've moved on, I don't do that. But Deal Real's still got that pure, shall I say, coolness, and I don't know much more to say, but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
It was like love at first mic, first breath, first sight, first dawn, first light. In a record store packed tight. Two unlikely MCs found their destiny and the rest is history. We inhaled our tragedies and exhaled galaxies. Inhaled bright dreams, exhaled rhyme schemes written on the back of our sorrows. We rhymed for brighter tomorrows, and when it was time, I knew I had to grab the mic, stomach filled with butterflies. And when Doc called my name, it's like my blood turned to flames. The fire from my fingertips was now spilling from my lips. My stomach flipped, but I found my gift, found the beat, I'm riding it. Look, mum, I can spit, feeling liberated, lyrics celebrated, and me annihilated, lost in the beat. But destiny found me off Carnaby Street, yeah, and hip-hop gave us greatness.
Apparitions like her heavenly vision. I figured she figured this dude was too lewd, spouting lines probably untrue. How many yachts he had run through, conquered, conquest of Everest, Christopher Columbus, humongous, accomplished, comfort woman complex. His narratives was like a catalyst to launch her rhymes like battleships. She left Brez baffling cause she reps so dazzling, diamond crusted flow, not flossing for show. Those who bore witness had no choice but to go. She commanded the show as she spat with her soul. Mics clung tight like the end of the road.
Deal Real, for me, was one of the hubs, one of the places that people could come to and really kind of get that culture in a shop, in a creative space. So Deal Real was way more important than just being a shop that sold records. It was a hub. It was where you could come and see exciting things, hear about new people, hear about new music and stuff like that. I also gave them some of their, when they shop opened for the second phase of Deal Real, I actually gave them some of their records. The first couple of records they were selling were my collection.
Make some noise, man.
It's lingo, L-I to the N-G. Oh, I push mixtapes with the MCs. I guess even back then you could find me in Carnaby on the MIC. Original Deal Real host, I'm way better than most. I pick up the mic and toast, leave any MC a ghost. See me, I'm a living legend, none of you coming close. I'm perfect like playing Street Fighter and your controller froze. Young Lingo Scott was repping for the Friday night session. Got the shot turned up to the windows were sweating. You know I'm supersonic when I'm on it, so atomical. The crowd are so astonished when they see Lingo upon it. Infinite to Snips, Rags and Inca, showing DJs you had to have magical fingers. Watch y'all, we run London town. Deal Real got the world locked down.
We got the real, we got the real, hold on. Wait a minute.
Well, for me, it was like the importance of that community was something that made me want to just get better at writing, and it made me want to know more about the world and like have more to say. So, and coming into contact with that every Friday night meant like, you know, what have you done this week? Are you like, have you got your new lyrics? Have you got your new bars? Do you know them well enough? Are you ready to like, you know, rap again? Because you can't come back with the same bars twice. Like, so the importance of that, it was like a. It's like an engine, in some ways.
I remember we escaped those Southeast London Lewisham knife fights and ventured to the Friday night lights of Deal Real's open mic nights. Every week the plan was to get on the open mic and outshine and send the rapper who before me spat lines to a next dimension where the fabric of time and souls and spirits align. Then have my team strategically selling our CDs outside. I was there hungry, anxious, atmosphere, breathing it all in. This room was the birth of so many legendary things. I remember when Maestro and Davy J were ripping a cypher with cannabis. I remember circles of MCs, each of us talented savages, trying to out-rap each other to see who was the most passionate. I remember things in Deal Real, I couldn't even imagine it. Shaking hands with Africa Bambaataa right after a rap I spit. Thinking back, it's like I constructed the components of a time machine. Back to the time of the rawest beats incorporated with the livest MCs. Peace to Seth, Vince and Tony. That was Deal Real to me. Peace to Seth, Vince and Tony. You made hip-hop history.
Everybody know when Manchester terra firma, praise getting buried in superb.
I've grown up in an era of phones, Bluetooth, and do you know what I'm saying? Like Wi-Fi, like everything's electric. But I kind of put out my first vinyl on a novelty one. I thought, you know what, I want to respect the old culture and just like put out music in a classical way. So I said, you know what, I'm going to put out an EP. It's going to be vinyl. Like I could do it as an MP3. I could do it as WAVs, but I thought, let me put it out on a hard, you get me, something that people can hold on to in real life, like until they're a big man. Do you know what I'm saying? So I put out my first vinyl. It's called Sniper EP. Come out on Oil Gang. That's like a little independent label that they put out vinyls like grime instrumentals, and that's, I just thought, yeah, let me just respect like how the oldest used to do it.
I came through the door, said it before. I never let the mic magnetize me no more, but it's biting me, fighting me, inviting me to rhyme. I can't hold it back. I'm looking at the lines on my iPhone 5 with a sinister smile. Get my energies up, cause I'm ready to wow. Out on this trunk rattler, the bigger the bashier. Fresh as that DealRealLegacy. I'm telling ya, 7 MCs, I dig it, the more the merrier. If it didn't come with the bars, then crowd will bury ya. Major pushing levels up, major a competitor. Still sharp and still my hands always superior. Every Friday you see me around, it was a regular. Met some of my favourite MCs and got their autograph. This was pre-Twitter, on the window, catch a poster. Sometimes on the day of the show you air rumour. Mos Def's reaching, immortal technique. Kanye West, dead prez, mob deep. If you didn't get there on time, then it was peak. Sometimes the crowd would spill out onto Carnaby Street. On road with the elite, going back to back. The cypher was complete, we want Deal Real back. Hip-hop heads stand up, let me know where you're at. Grab a hashtag and tweet, we want Deal Real back.
They want a penny for my thoughts, they'd have to remortgage their yard and sell their polo sports. We'd hold court on a Friday. Deal Real's the real deal, it ain't the place you'd want to be caught sideways. Imagine, I had to battle for my name seriously. The clonemies were really trying to claim, needless to say, Archer still murders the game, shout to Vincent. Cause them in-stores were insane, inside the gallery, in pain. Sardines in a tin trying to enjoy the Kanye. Hip-hop in vain, vinyl lovers, needles, no Kim K, or natural, or beats and bars drew a crowd. MCs caught short like Bow Wow. Home to Doc Brown and Retro went far-fetched to see Winehouse and Jesse J rep. Deal Real kept hip-hop alive, now they're back, better. With a bigger vibe, fresh with the freshest. Leaders of the new school, not Kendrick, but catch them on the west side in swimming pools. Swimming pools of sweat and beers. It's getting emotional now, this could all end in tears.
Golden moment. I can't pick. There's a few. The Lupe Fiasco and Rhymefest occasions, hosting, just doing the open mic in general. Lowkey coming up to me one day and telling me that he liked my stuff and showing me a video that he'd recorded the week before. yeah, just everything. Just being part of it, knowing that, you know, like Mark Ronson, Estelle, these people sort of are alumni. Do you know what I mean? Knowing that, those are just key moments for me.
All right, ladies and gents, who's the hottest record store in the UK? Who's the hottest record store in the UK? All right, who's the hardest working man in hip hop? You'll get to know soon enough.
Yo. Turned up to Carnaby, on the headphones listening to Can It Be, speculating how I'm gonna spit my flow so accurately. Me and my dons arrive at Deal Real, rags on the steel wheels, waiting for immortal technique to spit the real spill. Scholars seeking real knowledge, roll with goons who stomp your face until it's meat porridge, loading up the heat cartridge. Patterns wither like leaves, passionate flows for bars before an MC has to breathe. I'm of a different pedigree, cut from the finest material, kill a syllable. The error of DR was something seriously critical. Yeezy even had to pass through and show respect. Vince was H&IC holding down the set. Every MC had to come correct, or Geneva Convention will disengage and disrespect your rep.
Deal Real just means excitement and culture, you know. They had a lot of shows here. I know, like, they've had a few people down, Mos Def, Common, like, you know what I mean, some great shows here, which is kind of unusual for a record shop. And that is because artists like that, artists like me, we show love to places like Deal Real because they are important to the culture, you know what I mean? We just spoke a while ago about loads of record shops that closed down, that are no longer here. And, you know, Deal Real was always there representing, you know what I mean? Selling our music, selling our stuff. So they've always showed love to our scene, and we show love to them.
The birthplace of many whose work rate was heavy, repping the culture before the world made it trendy. Through the worst pain, they were like first aid for many, showing our value though they weren't making pennies. The foundation of many that have been groundbreaking, hearing cheers in front of a proud nation. The golden voice of a loud statement, containing names that are reasons for dreams you're now chasing. In light of all the pennies shining from the world, a story of a legacy that only time was gonna tell, from when everything was flying off the shelves to when the industry was highly doubting that vinyl's gonna sell. Behind the scenes through tough times remaining solid. So it's no wonder why we pay homage. Shouts to Deal Real, this ain't a verse, it's more a duty to the place where most witness the birth of yours truly.
Really the exciting thing was just being so young and being around everyone in hip-hop, and finally going from being in the dark and not really even having a proper music education at school to now being completely immersed in the music and the culture, and around, you know, people like Ty and Funky DL and Lewis Parker and Black Twang and Hijack and London Posse, Rodney P. You know, all these people were my heroes as a kid at that time. So I was around them and getting to do my thing in front of them, and that was a highlight for me, really. Performing with Mos Def and Talib Kweli in there, and forming friendships with these sorts of guys. You know, there's a lot of highlights. I couldn't. How long have you got, really?
That's real hip hop, get it tip top, made it so real, the shit went pop. When I say pop, that don't mean that it's fake. When I say pop, it just means me make money, money, say make money, money. Make money, money, make money, money. They take money, they can't take money from it. Yo, good morning, how you doing and how you feel? I am Death, yeah, I'm harder than death for real. To black champ, start boxing them out, straight connect, bam, knocking them out. See what the whole world's talking about is how me and my rocking them out. Make the bass need a bump in the ass, like I know, get a holler after. We know, we ain't gonna come when they want to be crawl. M to the O, and SD to the E, the F, flow freaking. I'm straight off the heels and full sheets there. When if you don't believe it, come see that. I'm looking there, the baby so sweet there. I mean, girl, holla, I don't need no more than I'm gonna go easy, break up your speed and